This working sample represents the conception of our film. This is not the final narration nor imagery. With your support, we will add more interviews, professional narration, contemporary train travel, and historic images. Enjoy your journey to historic train stations of the Southeastern USA. Train travel in the USA has a rich history dating back to the 19th century. The first operational railroad, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, or the B&O, began service in 1830. Railroads played a crucial role in westward expansion, connecting the east and west coasts upon completion of the first transcontinental railroad in 1869. In the southeastern USA, railroads also began appearing in the mid-19th century. The South's rail network expanded during the Civil War for strategic and logistical reasons. After the war, railroads played a pivotal role in the region's recovery. Key rail lines such as the Southern Railway and the Atlantic Coast Line became vital for transporting goods and people. Both the Southern Railway and the Atlantic Coast Line, as most railroads, were privately owned railroad companies. They eventually merged in 1967 to form the Seaboard Coastline Railroad, which merged into CSX Corporation. CXS remains one of the major freight railroad operations in the country. Passenger rail services dominance was challenged with the Eisenhower administration's Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956, which built 41,000 miles of road infrastructure. In the 1940s and 1950s, a company called National City Lines, or NCL, backed by General Motors, Firestone Tire, Standard Oil of California, later Chevron, and others, acquired and dismantled electric streetcar systems in several cities across the United States. General Motors and other companies were involved in a legal case related to their ownership of NCL. The case, known as the Great American Streetcar Scandal, unfolded in the mid-20th century. The companies were fined, and key figures were convicted of antitrust violations. While the fine imposed on GM was very small, the case had significant implications for the decline of public transportation industries. Many train stations closed, many were destroyed, but luckily many still survive. Some as functioning passenger stations, and others have taken on new purpose. The Memphis Central Station was originally opened in 1914 by the Illinois Central Railroad. The station's iconic Beaux-Arts architectural style, featuring grand columns and a large clock tower, made it a notable landmark. The Memphis Station remains a historic site and has undergone revitalization efforts. It has been repurposed for various uses, including restaurants, offices, and event spaces, preserving its architecture and historic significance in the city. And right behind me is the Chattanooga Terminal. The Chattanooga Terminal Station, located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was opened in 1909. The terminal is designed in the Beaux-Arts architecture style, featuring a grand facade with large arch windows and a distinctive dome. In the 1970s, the Chattanooga Terminal Station closed its doors as a passenger terminal. However, the city recognized its historical and architectural significance and undertook efforts to preserve and repurpose the building. It's now the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel, maintaining the station's exterior and incorporating elements of its railroad heritage into the hotel experience. The Jacksonville Terminal was built in 1919, designed in the Beaux-Arts architectural style. In the 1970s, the decline in passenger rail travel led to the closure of the Jacksonville Terminal. Fortunately, the building was preserved and eventually repurposed as the Prime F. Osborne III Convention Center in honor of a former mayor and railroad executive. The center now hosts events, and elements of its historic architecture, including the Grand Concourse, have been maintained, offering a glimpse into Jacksonville's railroad history. The Nashville Union Station, located in Nashville, Tennessee, was constructed in 1900 as a passenger terminal, serving multiple railroads, including the Louisville and Nashville lines. The station's architecture is a combination of Romanesque Revival and Queen Anne styles. Its iconic tower and large train shed added to the grandeur of the structure. In the 1980s, the Nashville station underwent restoration to become a hotel, the Union Station Hotel, which opened in 1986. Today, the Union Station Hotel maintains much of the historic architecture and serves as a landmark in Nashville. It stands as a reminder of the city's railroad history while providing a unique and elegant lodging experience for visitors. New Orleans Union Passenger Terminal serves as the primary train station in New Orleans. Before, New Orleans had multiple railroad stations which were consolidated into a single facility and opened in January 8, 1954. The station features modernist architecture and its design aimed to improve efficiency and streamline operations. After Hurricane Katrina in 2005, the station underwent renovations to repair storm damage and reopened in 2006, signaling a commitment to maintain rail service in New Orleans. The future of rail travel in the USA is likely to see a combination of technological advances, sustainability initiatives, and increased connectivity. High-speed rail and innovations such as magnetic levitation or maglev may become more prevalent, offering faster and more efficient travel between cities. As environmental concerns grow, rail travel's lower carbon footprint compared to some other modes of transportation positions it favorably. Integrated and seamless transportation networks, including improved connectivity between rail and other public transit options, could contribute to a more interconnected and efficient future. All aboard! Future projects include historic train stations of the Northeast USA and historic train stations of the Western USA.